Dismantled is the first game I'm playing as part of a new thing where I buy cheap indie Steam games that look like they might actually have some merit and talk about them. If luck works out, those recordings might get edited and posted on YouTube. I'm starting out with December releases and given roughly 1% of the games under $5 past my smell test, I have no doubt that I can quickly catch up and start working backwards. Dismantled was released on Steam by these guys. It runs about $4 and it's a GZ Doom game, which means you don't need much more than a potato and a keyboard to start playing. It's a survival horror game that takes some inspiration from Resident Evil. Some inspiration. Dismantled has flickering light effects that can be turned off very easily for those who have epilepsy. I turned them off for this video so I don't kill anyone, but check out the tail end and there might be some example footage. I also opted for the censored version so I don't get YouTube banned. It's pretty disgusting and twisted. Your base enemies are these man-dog hybrid men with big claws and dad bods. You hear them long before you see them. They jump at you with a swipe attack that can be pretty easily dodged once you know what you're doing, and I don't recommend wasting ammo in one-on-one encounters, but when you get into groups or backed up into a corner, that's when they become really dangerous. There are 3 primary monsters you'll deal with over the course of the game, another being these terrifying yet disturbingly sexualized cheetah women with chainsaws. I guess we know what the developer's into. You'll also have to deal with these guys. You happen to catch that? He's up there somewhere. Flat sprites that ride the ceiling and can kill you in one hit. The AI is just smart enough to make you think it's dumb, and then it pulls something like this. This is a Doom engine game at its core, so there are plenty of ways to cheese the AI into not being able to reach you. Some of the time. You're trapped in a big building, and the only way to escape is to kill everything in your way and solve puzzles and unlock doors. To help you out, you get weapons like the fire axe, pistol, shotgun, and chainsaw. It's easy to want to play this game like Doom, and if you do, I can guarantee you will not have a good time. You have to treat it less like a run-and-gun shooter and more like Resident Evil without the playtesting or user accessibility. Interact with everything just to see if it makes a sound. Be prepared to make multiple laps around the map. Never assume a puzzle is complete just because the door opened. Consider keeping a log for locked-off things. It can be frustrating. For example, in order to get into a crucial room, you need a key, and in order to get the key, and if you hadn't picked up that those starting things needed to not just be touched, but in the right order, you'd be running around the game until you died of old age. Or quit. Dismantled uses ink ribbons for saving progress, and it likes to front load them so you think you're safe, and then pretty much stop handing them out for long periods on the back half. One of the biggest problems I have in Dismantled is that the game really starts to love 1- and 2-hit kill monsters that run fast and tank damage, and eventually this ruins the immersion and enjoyment of the game. There are good and bad endings, both of which feature an upsettingly exhausting gauntlet of enemies that just keep coming. The bad ending is also about an hour to an hour and a half shorter than the good ending. I clocked in 13 hours in Dismantled and never played the expansion that comes along with it. At $4, I have to say that the game is well worth its cost and probably underpriced compared to how much work the developer seems to have put into it. If you're looking for a horror game on a cheap budget and a cheap engine, consider picking it up.